Sometimes I feel like I have to keep going, and if I don't, then I'll just let everyone down.
Tsunami is coming, and this is the first of many catastrophes you're doing.
I have to go! I'm the only one!
You're the only one that can work!
Here we are 25 years later after the original launch of Tomb Raider, and we're at the Quad in Derby to celebrate this event. Here are some quick pictures, I guess, from the first slot of the day, which was an interview with Judith Gibbons. Now, unfortunately, we were not allowed to film, but you can head over to the Raidercast channel and check out the full podcast. And if you're eagle-eared enough, you will hear me ask Judith to perform one of the lines from Tomb Raider 2. The Q&A session does come later into that podcast, so be sure to check it out, guys. This was a fantastic event. Let's take a look at me meeting Judith.
I'm shaking a little bit.
It's alright, I'm shaking too.
No.
Okay, I'm just wondering for some people.
Sorry to ask you to sign so much stuff. Do you want to lean on that? Do you want to? Thank you.
I have seen them.
Do you want us to go somewhere else, Luke?
If you can move over there and let people chat that side, the ones who want to speak to you, at least we can get a bit of a flow. Are we lining up? COVID one-way system? Yeah, I'd say line up.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Oh, thanks. Can I have a picture as well? Yeah, she's got the gun. Get in. Hello? It was absolutely phenomenal to meet Judith and hear that podcast, because things that she said, you could completely hear Lara from Tomb Raider 2 and from Tomb Raider 3. So after that podcast, we did have a look at the Lethal and Loaded documentary, which is available online, and that was really cool to see.
The thing about Lara was to exaggerate her femaleness. Yeah, so then that's basically how the final design looked.
As Toby started working her up and making.
So this documentary is available online for you guys to watch, and obviously I'm not filming it all, but I take snippets of footage along with some additional.
Is the version of Lara that we've used in-game up until now. Each square that you see there is called a polygon, and in this model there's around 400 of these polygons which make up the Lara Croft. On the right, what you see is the new next generation Lara Croft. As you can see there's far more polygons being used in this model. There's now around 4,000 polygons. That's a tenfold increase in the amount of detail we have on Lara. The way we actually create.
Now, Now, I'll quickly mention about this book, The Making of Tomb Raider. It focuses on Tomb Raider 1 and 2, and it is not a regurgitation of information that's already out there online. Daryl, the author, took 9 months to do this, and he built himself kind of brand new information with interviews that he did. It's really insightful. I did pick up a copy of the book, and I do believe it goes on general sale at the end of the month, should any Tomb Raider fans out there want to dive into it.
The author of The Making of Tomb Raider, Daryl Baxter. So come on, Daryl. Thank you, John. We have Gavin Romery. Here he is. Heather Stevens. Is she coming? There she is. It's quite a long road. We have Peter Barnard. Hey. And finally, you've heard from her already, but we'll bring her back out again. Judith Gibbons. This is cosy. So, why don't we introduce ourselves and say what your roles were now and what the roles were at all the time. No, this should be good. Can you hear Gavin?
Hello.
Yeah, all good. There you go first.
Alright, well, my name's Daryl, I wrote the book, so, and it was a passion project of 9 months during the first lockdown, and I got to speak to these lovely people and a lot of others as well.
Cool. I'm Gavin Romery. I was one of the programmers on the original game and lead programmer on the second one. Next.
Gibson, and I was one of the 11 designers on Tomb Raider 1 and 2. And I'm just looking for my daughter actually, because I don't know if she knows all of this. She's got me.
Hi, I'm Peter Barnard. I was a cinematic artist on the first game and several of the other ones after that.
Hi, I'm Judith Gibbons, and I voice Lara for Tomb 2 and Tomb 3.
Excellent. So,
was adamant she wanted a male character, which is pretty much well known now, but at the time, just allowing Toby to focus on what he wanted to do was the best thing really that Jeremy could have done. Because that's how he ended up with Lara Croft and Tomb Raider.
yeah,
There wasn't that interference. That's what I'm trying to say. There was no big, this is the presentation, and Jeremy going, this is what we want. It was all very, very
like a showcase, I guess. It's just like this is something.
Yeah, we tidied it up enough so that the execs knew where we were going. Paragraph 5.
I can't even remember what the question was.
What did you first think? Well,
okay.
When you came to core and it's like,
Yeah.
right, Gavin, working on this, what did you think of that first sort of glimpse of what Tomb Raider?
Yeah, so, well, I think I've told this story so many times now. I had a slightly different experience. I came in.
A different way.
I'll try it. I'm sure I embellish it every time. So, I came to court, so I didn't know what I was going to be doing. Obviously, so I turned up and I was told, well, this was how casual court was. Oh, there's a couple of games you could work on. You could work on this game called Tomb Raider. It's going to be a 3D thing. It's going to be, and there's going to be this other game, Swagman, that's going to be a kind of the next step. And I think that was the bit that was the big leap. So it was that. Because I felt like at the time there was a lot of disbelief from people who'd come from sprite-based games that you could actually do this. And could you prove it would work and it would be fun? And I think in my mind I just kept thinking, well, it's Prince of Persia and that worked in 2D. So if you could make the character run around in 3D, you probably can do that. But yeah, it was an amazing feat just with the number of people who were there to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably good for you now because less people to find. Really. So, you speak to all these amazing people.
Yeah.
How do you construct the narrative of of that? Because everyone, it was 25 years ago, everyone's got probably a different version of events. Like, how did you go about even doing that, like making it cohesive, I guess?
Yeah, that was the main challenge to the book. I mean, I've said this before, but I mean, this is the book I wanted to do for years.
British magazine, we've got those on the edges, and publicity from the edge, and they were quite a cool magazine to have on the side.
Cool, so that first question.
So my question is for Heather, and I was just wondering, as a woman working in the gaming industry at the time, when there wasn't really many female characters, how did it feel for you knowing that you were helping create a game with a woman at the forefront?
So, I mean, by no means a feminist, but it was just nice that Toby stuck by his guns and said, you know, because Jeremy at first did say, you know, no male is going to want to play a female character, and that was just the way it was at the time. And it was through Toby's sort of pedanticness, really. This is the only way it's going to work, this is what I'm seeing. And Jeremy was quickly won over. As soon as Lara was up and running on screen and you could see the potential in her and what a beautiful character she was, you know, we were okay, we could run with it then. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, but as far as being a woman in the industry with men, I was always a bit of a tomboy anyway, so getting on with the guys was not a problem apart from the gang. But no, I don't think there was. It's funny because people often say something, you were around when the Spice was there, it's all about girl power. Well, it wasn't really the case. There just wasn't that focus on feminism.
My judgment calls. Here she goes. Do you know, when I saw you, I bet she's brought the van.
I thought you were going to see Heather again. It's alright. Alright then. Yeah, Sammy, not bad. I'm
still doing your YouTube.
Yeah, almost at 50,000 now. Not too bad, yeah. I thought we could do a video together.
Oh, you're not going to see that pen on there. Have we got a gold one?
Someone had a gold one earlier.
Sorry, I know I'm being dead greedy, but as well, I know, let's get it smashed. This has been great for the collection. I'm so sorry.
That now takes up 2 rooms in the house.
Just watch they don't smudge because they're not very good pens, are they? Well, you've got Judith on there.
Yeah, I did. Saw Judith earlier and then. Sorry guys, just you know, as it goes, just trying to make a few bits from the collection.
Oh, these boxes taking back. Wow.
No, I'm looking at.
I know, I'm buzzing. I think it's in one piece. Do you know, I'm annoyed that that's the platinum. I didn't bring the. I'm glad I did not bring it. You just do too much. I know you didn't do, but I love it.
First level in Tomb Raider 3.
Did you?
Yeah, and I did a lot of the, some of the map, because I was helping, just getting the guys into it. So a lot of map ideas and a lot of level ideas.
Yes.
Was there any difference in
That's just Tomb Raider, yeah, that one.
Like PlayStation 1?
No, it was more a programming point of view. Yeah, so we had a guy doing the Jason Gosling was just doing the conversion code for it. Are we done?
We're done. Thanks, Hon. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We gave him a present and then he just put his arm in his coat and said, I've got something for you.
Okay, we've had enough of it.
Oh, I've done.
I think you've done them.
Yeah, we've done them myself.
We've done them because you
Awesome.
So
amazing.
every time you talk, I can like see the game. It's so weird. I love it. It's brilliant.
Do you feel like a celeb today?
I do actually.
Is it nice?
You guys are like,
No, it's overwhelming.
Is it?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
No
very much.
worries,
And
so
thank you for everything you've done for us.
Yeah,
Me,
I know.
And I don't want anybody to miss out if they want to, to talk to me or have a picture or, So
Yeah, I know, I get that. That's
I've
nice.
got some wine tonight.
Yeah, enjoy it though. Enjoy it. Yeah.
Enjoy. You deserve it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.